know, some things stick with you, Tracy, and one of them was, I remember at the Urban Country Music Festival quite a few years back, Jen Mize grabbed us and she said, you have to come and listen to Brad Butcher. Sorry, we don't know who Brad is. Well, you have to come and listen to him sing.
She did.
So she dragged us along and said, sit down and listen to this guy. What a voice. And we were hooked straight away. And the whole of Australia is hooked because he is the Golden Guitar for the Best New Talent for 2018. Of course, the album last year, From the Bottom of a Well, and he's got a brand new single out, Crawl, Beg and Cry, and I'm pleased to say that Brad Butcher joins us now. Everything's still up in the air, golden.
Mate, my feet haven't quite hit the ground yet. Still in disbelief, but I've got this little trophy next to the computer to look at every day. It's bloody great.
You must have known that album was special, though.
Well, oh God, I thought the first two were right as well. You know, all I've ever tried to do is just write good songs. I've learnt little things along the way, from the first to the second to now this being my third. So I had a much better idea on how to craft a song, I guess, and what the album needed to be a complete package from start to finish. I had no idea it was going to do anything really. I knew what I wanted now, and I sat on exactly what I wanted to say and the sounds I wanted to create, and give credit where credit's due to Matt Felder, who produced the album. He's an amazing guy, and he just hears things and you're like, wow, where did that come from? But it works. I could give him as much direction as I thought for what the songs needed, and then he just took that and ran with it. Unbelievable what he did. And, you know, all the musicians as well, and I've got to give credit to the songwriters who I co-wrote with. 11 tracks on this album, and 9 of them were co-writes. I enjoy that too. It's just, it gets your ideas come from two different minds coming together, you know. It's a song can start from one small thing, but in so many different directions when you sit down with somebody else and you've got a couple of minds working at it. I'll write these songs to a 75 or 80% completion, and I don't know where to take it from there. So that's when I often take it to a few different people that I really trust and say, look, this is what I've got. What do you think it needs? And, you know, they'll tell me straight too. If it needs to go in the bin, then I'll put it in the bin. But it's good to have people to bounce ideas off, that's for sure.
We're talking with Brad Butcher, and one of the real special parts of the Golden Guitars for me particularly was watching your performance.
Outstanding.
I thought you stole the show. Watching your performance, the emotion that was in that song, took the listeners and ourselves through what was going through your mind, getting up on that big stage on a big night.
By the time it came to sing the song, the award had already been done, so all of my nerves and anxiety was all taken out with that. And when it came time to sing a song, to be honest with you, I don't think I've ever felt more relaxed going to sing a song. It just so happens to be on that big stage. The guys that were in the band behind me, I knew they were going to do a great job. All I had to do was remember the words, and because I wrote the song and I've been played it about 20 times over the week in Tamworth, I had it down pat. I was really relaxed and quite relieved after the award was done. If it was the other way around, I think I would have been a nervous wreck. Just to get to sing a song with that band in that room at that event, I'll never forget that.
You've got the new album out, you've got yourself your little tour that's going around with the album. Winning a Golden Guitar, does that change much to what you're going to do out there on the road for this year?
Not really. You know, it's just the exposure that comes with the award, and hopefully I know it has attracted a whole new group of people in the past few weeks to my music. You know, if I can just continue that on the road, you know, all I've ever tried to do really is just write good songs and go and sing them and play them as well as I can, and give the people in the crowd at those gigs a little bit behind the song and a bit of my, you know, who I am, where I'm from, and, you know, hopefully that's enough. I've watched a lot of people who I admire over the years, and that's what they do well. It's just them being themselves, singing and playing their great songs well.
It's one of the great privileges that we have, Brad, that we get to share the journey with you. So we thank you for that. Thank you.
Well, mate, it's been nice having you guys on board. And it's, you know, I remember that time we first met at Caboolture all those years ago. It feels like yesterday, but time creeps away, doesn't it?
It sure does.
And if we had more time, we'd talk about the new single, but we've reminisced for a while. So we might
listen to it.
We might just play it and let everyone find out more about it by buying the album, hey?
Good on you guys. Thank you very much.
This is Brad Butcher and Crawl, Beg and Cry.
Oh, you can cry.